Alright guys, welcome back to the Adobe Photoshop Masterclass course. We are continuing on the advanced section with an exercise, the content aware fill exercise. This is already starting to excite me, and if you guys go to resources, you can download 3 images. The Labrador Beach was already downloaded in the last section. If you followed through, awesome. If not, we got 3 examples, and we're going to be kicking off. So what I want to actually go ahead and do is literally just go up here to File, go to New, and let's create a brand new 1920 by 1080p sequence. Go ahead and click OK, and we've got the background. We can untick the background. It's not going to be very useful in a second. It's not going to be of any use. We can go to our content aware fill folder, and we can import our first image. We can drag and drop this into here, and we can actually go ahead and import it. And in fact, you know what I might do? I might actually delete that, and I might just start with the drone one because it's a nice up above shot, and it's literally perfect for content aware fill. So let's import that, import it with me, and as you can see right away, I'm sure you can see the elements I want to take out, right? I want to take out me and Noah. This is us messing around with a drone, and essentially we are going to be, I want to just explore the possibility of taking us out there, taking us out of the image. If we wanted a nice blank image, it's as simple as going up here, getting the Lasso Tool, simply drawing a selection around me. That's me there on the left. We can draw that selection around, go up to Edit, go to, this actually is a smart layer, as we see right there, so we know how to deal with that. We want to go ahead and get our eraser tool, click, and rasterize it, and then we can actually go back up to our lasso tool, go to Edit, and go to Content Aware Fill, and just like that, it has analyzed the sort of surroundings of the image, and it has deleted it from the actual image, and then it's just Noah there chilling. And then alternatively, what we could also do is get rid of Noah. I'm sorry, Noah, you're getting banned from the image as well. We can actually go ahead and draw a rough outline. Remember, it does not have to be anything precise. Go up here to Edit, go to Content Aware Fill, and go ahead and press Apply. And just like that, we have erased the 2 key elements of the image. However, they still remain on different layers. So if we wanted to turn Noah back on or turn me back on, just like that, we're totally able to do. Also, another cool technique for Content Aware Fill, if we actually just turn these off, could be to actually use it to erase these sort of patches, as you see right here. We see there's a patch right here. If we highlight that patch and go to Content Aware Fill, or actually select the layer that we're trying to fill, we could actually use Content Aware Fill to sort of decrease some of these little sections, as you see right there. It took technically a imperfection, and we've made it perfect. And if you wanted to, if that was the objective of your content aware fill, you could just go around all these little bits and simply content aware fill them until you have no sort of imperfections, if you will, left in your image, and it would just be you and the grass, or in this case me, Noah, and the grass. And I'm literally just highlighting multiple of these at a time. Multiple, boom, boom, and we're going to go up here and try a mass content aware fill. Go ahead and press OK. And that one's taken a little bit of a second, and as you see, those are a little bit less perfect. However, still everything's looking 10 out of 10. So that's just one example right there. We've done it. Let's go ahead and press Control S, and let's save this one as our content aware fill project. Content aware fill project. Save it, and let's import our next image. So the next one is the Comica 0. Comica 0 is pretty cool. However, it's a little bit more of a close-up content aware fill. We notice that we have this section right here. We have this section right here. We want to ideally get rid of those and just have a blank background, right? So let's drag these to the top. Let's also practice organization by pressing Shift on the top one and Shift on the bottom one and dragging those into the folder icon and calling this drone. And also, while we're at it, we could get layer 0 and just delete that because it's not even visible. No point. It should be stocking up our layers and adding more to it. No reason for it. And let's actually go over here, and this time I want to get the quick selection tool. And I want to just go ahead and draw over everything just like this. And we know the quick selection tool pretty well now. It's going to do a good job of grabbing what we need to grab. And then let's go up here to Edit. Let's go, actually it's a smart layer, as we see right there. So let's actually go ahead and rasterize it, and also alternatively you could right click and actually rasterize it as well. However, the quickest way, by the way, I use Photoshop a fair bit, so I know the quickest way to do stuff. That seems to be the quickest way, simply just going over here and tapping on the screen. Let's go over here to content aware fill, and let's see what sort of situation they give us. As you see right here, it's looking pretty messy. So this is a great option, a great opportunity to actually use the minus. As we know that anything in green, it's going to sort of draw from for reference. So we want to erase this jacket. We don't want the jacket to be, or the hoodie, right, to be something that the content aware is trying to use to fill that area, because that's just not what we want there. As you see, once we take the highlight off the jacket, it's definitely a messier spot right there, but overall it's far cleaner than what it was a second ago. And even we want to take the tablecloth off as well, I think, and more or less just have this section right here. So we see that this one was a little bit more of a messy one. As we can see, this one definitely wasn't the most precise sort of situation, but if we go ahead and press OK, it's looking all right. And something we can do even further is actually content aware fill the content aware fill. So if we actually go ahead and highlight that right there, and then actually go ahead and go here in content aware fill, we're going to have a look at what the process is going to be to maybe content aware filling the content aware fill, as you see right there. So simply another content aware fill on top of that has sort of erased those nasty little lines right there. But if we share all this right here, we see that it looks like we almost might need a little bit even more. So you could just have a go. It's not going to work out perfectly every time, but it's definitely going to be worth giving it a shot. All right, and I just literally try and content aware fill the content aware fill, and just like that, as you saw right there, that sort of filled it in pretty nicely. And although it is looking a little bit messy right there, overall you still got me, the shadow of me, and it's looking better than it was with the actual piece right there. So as you see, we're trying to remove stuff from the scene, make it kind of seamless as it possibly can. We can then go ahead and highlight this, go up here, content aware fill, and have a look at what this is going to do. That one's looking pretty damn messy, so I think this has been a fun experience of actually testing out something that doesn't go so perfectly as our last two did. However, we also do know that you basically just want to keep essentially trying stuff out until inevitably you get something. It's looking like that's definitely not working right there, so we can go ahead and cancel that. And overall, I think this image is cool, but we can clearly tell that it is going to need a little bit of work, and it might not even be a perfect, something that's perfect for content-aware fill in the first place, based on the fact that it's looking like this could get a little bit messy. I'm just trying to highlight, go up here, give it another shot, and it's looking like we don't have any brush to draw from. It's not actually letting us do that. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. And we're going to move on with this image, right? So it's looking all right. Alternative, so something we could do to help this out might be, scoot it over or something, hide that part, scale it up a little bit. As we see, if we scale it up and move that over a little bit, it's looking pretty good. And overall, that right there is our second image, our desk image. So let's actually make sure everything's highlighted, drag and drop it down here, and go ahead and title this one Desk. And just like that, we can press Control S and save it. And let's import our final image, the camera Cole 220. That's the name of the file. And this right here is going to be exploring if I wanted to make me bigger, right? So let's go ahead and highlight and grab me. All right, let's get our quick selection tool, highlight me loosely. It doesn't have to be too perfect at the end of the day. It's just an example. But let's go ahead and highlight all this up. As we see, we'll get the minus. We'll tweak stuff down, make sure it's not perfect, but at least it's not sloppy, right? We're not looking for a sloppy image. And once we've got that, we can actually press Control C and Control V, which is going to actually copy. So I'm going to turn off everything but that. It's going to copy the layer that we had selected, right? Which is just me, the cardboard cutout of me. However, if we press Control T, made me, and highlighted me and got the sort of adjustment tool and started making me bigger, we notice that I'm still there in the background, which means that, say I wanted to have me big and maybe like right here or something, maybe in the middle of the image, it's not actually possible because I'm right there and I'm clearly blocking it up. The only way we'd be able to do it is maybe make me big over this section so it blocks out the smaller me in the background, right? So it's not 100% ideal. It's not 1,000% not ideal either, but it's definitely not 100% ideal. But let's press Control V until we've just got that cutout of me. Leave that there. Actually untick it, and what I want to go ahead and do is actually highlight me again. Let's go ahead and highlight me, or in fact, we don't even have to highlight me. We could go ahead and get the Lasso Tool and just draw around me again. This seems to be the most effective way to do it because it gets a little bit of everything. Gets a little bit of everything on the side. Oops. Looks like we're going to have to make sure we do not let go of the lasso. So draw that to down here, then hold Shift. It slides across the bottom. Draw up. Draw over and connect to the top, and just like that, we've got our selection. We can then, of course, use our our eraser tool to rasterize the layer by clicking and pressing OK. Go to Content Aware Fill, and just like that, it's going to actually wipe it out of the scene. We can go ahead and press OK, and it has actually been wiped out of the scene. Now, we do know right there that it probably needs a little bit more of a Content Aware Fill to maybe correct stuff. So we see down here, it's looking like it could need a Content Aware Fill. So we could go up here, go to Content Aware Fill, and see if that's going to sort of fix stuff a little bit. It has, right? It's corrected the path. So you see that the technique of just going back over the Content Aware Fill with another Content Aware Fill seems to actually fix the problem a lot of the time. And another thing we could also do, if we're just trying to be picky, is maybe get this section here, see if another Content Aware Fill. It's really trial and error, guys. It's just highlight a section, Content Aware Fill, see what happens. That clearly is not something that works. We could turn me back on right here, and we now have a bit more permission to put me where we want. But we see we do have that section right there, which still is looking a little bit crazy. However, we are able to have a little bit more freedom and sort of move me where we want, opposed to, the previous image where we, to make me bigger, we'd have to scale the whole thing in, opposed to singling out an object in our scene where I could put me right here. Ideally, we'd want something covering that sort of inconsistency right there. With more advanced images, guys, especially the fact you're dealing with branches here, you won't be able to get the Content Aware Fill perfect every time, but it is absolutely ideal for stuff that is a little bit more black and white, like, for example, a beach with a Labrador sat on it. But overall, that right there, guys, is the Content Aware Fill episode. Very cool way to kick off the advanced section. We're going to be coming up next with some more advanced stuff revolving around the titles section this time. We're going to be jumping into it next. Stay tuned.